Hey everybody, welcome again to Breaking Cinematic Universes. I, of course, am Trevor, joined always by Patrick, and no, not SpongeBob's buddy.
No, this is Patrick.
So this week, it's going to be a typical fly by the seat of our pants show, but
There's just nothing out. There's nothing out. And Trevor, I just want to know when is there going to be some superhero movies? And New Mutants didn't count.
all I care about,
Yeah.
I still haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
There's only one movie I truly care about.
I'm looking at the list. Is it Doctor Strange?
It's not
Spider-Man?
on the list.
It's not even on the list.
Yeah,
Blade reboots.
No.
What is it? What is it?
It is. It's not a superhero, but it is a cinematic universe.
This is true. When we gonna get that?
When the fuck are we gonna get Ghostbusters Afterlife?
That's a good question. That is a really good question.
Go on an epic Kylo Ren-esque temper tantrum.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't get at least a goddamn trailer soon.
Yeah. What are we looking at? June 2021, it looks like.
I just want a new trailer.
They bounced it from, what was that, July, then to March. Now it's over to June. I hate to say it, not to say that the movie is not worthy of theaters, because all these movies are worthy of theaters. I think a lot of these should just be brought out to streaming. Bring them to streaming. Let us see these movies. Some of these are done. Ghostbusters Afterlife, I'm pretty sure, is done. Black Widow's been done for a while.
Sony
Eternals
released the official trailer for Ghostbusters Afterlife on December 9th, 2019.
We're almost a year from that. That's crazy.
Jason Reitman, if you're listening, and you better be, you son of a bitch. Give me the trailer.
Yeah. Give it to me now. Like, seriously, full.
Get to the chopper.
I mean, I feel the same way about Morbius, too. There's a lot of these movies. Morbius was supposed to be out. Morbius is delayed till more. So we're going to talk about that. If you didn't guess already, that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. New Mutants came out. That was the only. If I'm not mistaken, I might have to look at my charts here. Were there any superhero movies in 2020 other than New Mutants?
Wait, did you say charts?
Yeah.
Hey, Patrick, it's me, Ross Pro. We're gonna look at my charts. We're gonna talk about my charts. I got my little pointer thingy here. We're gonna do that. I am the last independent that could have actually been president. We're gonna talk about my chart. So right here on my chart, right here on my chart, the last movie that came out, New Mutants. Nobody gives a damn about New Mutants. That movie sucked.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about Ross Perot. The people in Texas know about this. So there is a toll road, which should not be a toll road, by the way. There's a toll road between Fort Worth and Dallas because Ross Perot was in a limo with George H.W. in Texas and said, "Why the hell is this taking so long? We need to have a road here." He paid for the road. He paid for the highway. He still got money. He paid for the road. I'm saying he paid for the road, and then he just still made ridiculous amounts of money. His son, by the way, is richer than he will ever be. Ross Perot's son is richer than Ross Perot, and Ross Perot ever was. No, I'm saying he paid for the highway back in the early or mid 90s. Like, he paid for it all. That thing it then became a toll road, which is bull. And the tolls for that pay for the highway construction into Mexico, if you want to get some gravy on that. But that man basically said, it takes too long to drive from Fort Worth to Dallas. I want a highway here. And then it happened, because he's basically just he paid for, like, I think he paid for the majority of it, if not all of it. And we just gave the money to the cities and was like, just freaking do it already.
But I got my charts.
That was what he was going to do. You remember, he was going to pay. He was like, national debt's X amount of dollars. I'm just going to pay the national debt and I'll be president. It's insane.
Once again, the last legitimate independent that could have actually won.
He could have.
No offense to Joe Jorgensen. She had no chance in hell.
I know, and not to get political here, but she's a good choice. It's just it's unfortunate. I'm
Mm.
not saying I'm not libertarian. I'm just saying.
I'm telling you right now, and we're not getting. This is the last thing that's going to be talked about on the show politically.
Yep.
Last thing.
Yep.
This was the shittiest damn election I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh yeah, other countries are laughing about this. I work with people internationally, and they're like, "What the hell is going on over there?" So we'll find out.
Iraq's like, you make fun of us because we have Saddam for so long, but look at what you bring in.
This is yeah. I felt that meme with the kid with the reporter, and the reporter asks him a question, he starts laughing and starts crying.
Yeah,
like that's how I felt. talking to my coworkers who are like outside of the U.S., literally all across the world. Every single one of them is like, seriously, what is going on there? You guys are not a banana republic. What's happening here?
so,
Anyways, let's talk about.
no. I'm gonna say one last thing. I'm gonna say one last thing.
Let you
You
finish.
talk about memes. You talk about videos.
Yeah.
When I think about this election, all I can think about is the Frankenstein kid going, "I like turtles."
Yeah, basically.
So,
And apologies for the puppy in the background. I've got him. He is across the house, but you still may be able to pick him up on this microphone.
oh, you can.
Yeah, apologies for that. I'll try to keep him quiet.
God, put a muzzle on that thing, man.
Yeah, he's still going to whine if I did have a muzzle on him. I'm not going to muzzle him, but if I did, he would still whine.
So, plus Whitney would kill me for even saying that. For even suggesting your new muzzle.
Nah, we muzzle, so Ridley gets a muzzle every now and then because she gets so worked up around dogs that sometimes we have to put a muzzle around her just because she's not going to do anything, but she's not going to hurt anybody, but she'll like be dominant.
Yeah,
and she's not going to hurt the dog, but other dog owners don't understand like that. Some other dog owners don't understand the difference between dominance and actually aggression and like violent. So. Yeah.
okay,
Anyways,
back to this list.
yes.
So, as Ross Perot so eloquently just put, New Mutants the only thing that came out so far.
And if you didn't see New Mutants, by the way, you don't have to.
Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Of all the movies that could have came out, and all we got was New Mutants.
Yeah,
we got screwed.
We did. It's the flailing, dying last breath of the X-Men franchise, and I say that as a fan of the X-Men franchise and X-Men Fox X-Men franchise, I should say. It barely ties into it. They mention that there are mutants. They mention Xavier and X-Men I think once. None of the rest has to do with has any connections to any X-Men movies whatsoever. And it's not even a good horror movie like people thought. Oh, it's going to be scary. It's not even scary. It's just there. It's not bad. It's just so mediocre. This is a superhero movie that would have come out in like the early 2000s. That's what it feels like to me. What's her name? Anya Taylor-Joy, I think, is the best part of the movie. She's blowing up with a new Netflix series Netflix movie, whatever that she was in. Yeah, that's the only good part of the movie.
Oh, I mean, you have Maisie Williams, who was on.
She wasn't bad. Yeah, she wasn't
Game of Thrones. You have what's his face from Stranger Things.
He wasn't bad. I mean,
but I mean, let's be honest here. COVID is about to hit 7 months. 7,
8 months. Here. Yeah.
I know you have not personally been hit with it. You have friends and coworkers who have.
Correct. I have friends and coworkers who've had it. I have family members who've had it.
Okay, I didn't know about the family member.
Yeah, family members have had it. My boss has had it. I'm pretty sure he did. It's hit everybody. It's hit a bunch of people around me. It has not hit me. It's hit some people that I know, like it hit some of their friends harder than it hit them. The worst of my friends.
I know 2 people.
Yeah.
And for a virus that's supposed to be super contagious, one has 3 people in their household. The other just has 1 person in their household. And take a guess how many contracted it.
I'm wondering if that's the same reason that Melania didn't get it.
Melania did get it.
Did she?
They both had it.
I didn't think she. Oh yeah, that's right. She didn't get it. She got it, but she didn't go to have to go to the hospital. That's what it was. There was a joke before she tested positive. There was a joke saying, "I wonder why Melania didn't get it," as in, like, because they don't interact really much at all.
Oh, they
Anyways,
don't at all.
I love the video, and it doesn't matter what side of the spectrum you're on politically. I love the videos of him trying to hold her hand and she's slapping him away.
Oh yeah, dude, she don't want to be married to him.
Yeah, she's like, seriously, like, yeah. It's sad. It's sad is because I don't think there's. I think their prenup means like she gets like nothing or she gets very very little. So if they did divorce, she's not going to get much. But then again, there's probably money she's stuffed away. If that does happen, she'll get decent lawyers and be able to, I don't know, do something.
Okay.
Anywho, so back to cinematic movies. We have a list here of movies that were supposed to come out and have been delayed, and we want to talk about, are these going to be delayed more, or are we ever going to see them?
Well, technically, we're only talking about 4 movies that for 2020.
Oh, for 2020. Okay, yes, correct.
So, Black Widow was originally supposed to come out March, April, May, somewhere in there.
Originally, something like that. I want to say it was May. It was around that because I'll have to double check the original because it got bumped to November 6th. Now it's been bumped to May 7th. You look up the original. Yeah. Because I remember it was this and Mulan that were supposed to come out back to back.
May 1st, 2020.
May 1st. Okay, bumped from May to November to May. So bumped a year because of COVID.
A year and 6 days.
Yep. Now that's sad because they've been I mean, we've been wanting a Black Widow movie. There have been a lot of fans who really wanted a Black Widow movie, and it's the first female led of the Marvel franchise. What's that?
No, it's not.
Captain Marvel? Oh yeah, I forgot. I mean,
wow, you sexist bastard!
Oh no, it has nothing to do with sexism. I think Brie Larson's terrible. I think
your wife even cosplays as Captain Marvel,
and she doesn't want to cosplay as Brie Larson's Captain Marvel. Like, she loves the character. She loves the character. The movie missed the mark so bad, and I feel like she's tainted a lot of that. But it's not a bad movie. I mean, in comparison to other Marvel movies, it's not great. If that movie came out as a DC movie, I think we'd all be cheering it.
Probably.
If that was a DC movie. And in comparison, it just let me down so bad in so many levels. So I apologize. Black Widow is at least we've been waiting for a Black Widow movie since I'd say Iron Man 2. Like, she stole that freaking movie.
I'd agree.
Yeah.
You're still a sexist bastard. All hate mail can be sent to patrick.swinford at cinematicuniverse.com.
Bring it. No, I have been
laughing my ass off if you get more hate mail for this than the hate mail I got for the talking bad about Dune.
Oh yeah. I mean, seriously, like I don't even have to say it. It's obviously Trevor joking, being ridiculous, but like, Black Widow is a movie we've been waiting for a lot of reasons. Like, there was talk about it being originally, I think the plan was to have some type of prequel, so it was showing her before Iron Man 2. I don't know if it's going to be in this Black Widow movie, if they're going to address or show or even talk about Budapest. I think it's a better secret. It's better to just keep talking about how ridiculous, about Budapest than actually show it. But there was talk about that. That's what the Black Widow movie was going to go into. Maybe it was going to go into her like leaving the academy or whatever they call it, where she was trained and brainwashed.
The Red Door or Red Room.
Yep. So that, and now it's like, okay, no, it's. I mean, we obviously know that it takes place before Infinity War, but it's sad. This movie, like, they just kept saying, Feige and everyone just kept saying, yeah, we're going to do a Black Widow movie, we're going to do one, and then they do one after her character dies. Obviously, it takes place before that, but I feel like, and then upon that type of snubbing, now we've got it being delayed over a year, which is I don't know. Obviously, we can't take that. We got to blame COVID for that, but that's just sad.
Blame COVID. Blame COVID.
Now, do we think Florence is going to show up in more Marvel stuff now? That's the question. Where are they going to leave her off in this Black Widow?
They better not kill Taskmaster though.
They better not. They better not. But I'm wondering if we'll see Florence Pugh's character in future Marvel movies, if they're going to set her up as a passing of the baton, if you will. So we may see her showing up. I don't know.
Who knows? So then there was Morbius, which we should have had at the end of July, which is now pushed to March 19th, if it ever freaking comes out.
I say I'm going to put money this is pushed to July. I think it's going to be pushed again. We're going to hear like maybe in January or so, we're going to see it pushed again.
I don't think so.
You don't?
Nope. Election's over. COVID's going away.
Oh, I forgot that's how it works.
Yeah. Speaking of which, have you heard my conspiracy theory on COVID?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's good. It's good. It's actually an original conspiracy theory nobody else is coming up with.
I was going to say, because I've heard all kinds of Bill Gates stuff. So go ahead and hit me with your conspiracy theory.
The United States created COVID, released it so they could get everybody's DNA, and then in the vaccine, implant them with a micro tracker.
Oh yeah, that's the Bill Gates thing. Well, at least the difference being that the Bill Gates part is what other people were saying.
But still,
that it wasn't the U.S. government, but the idea being that that the testing, the swabs are actually DNA testing. They're not testing you for COVID. They're actually swabbing your DNA. Is one of the theories. Which the only way that would work, if it was going to happen, if that was someone's diabolical plan, it would have to be a national mandate for testing and for vaccine. That's the only way that the diabolical plan will work, because we got anti-vaxxers here in the United States, as well as, I mean, it's ridiculous, as well as people like me who are thinking, I mean, I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but the vaccine, whenever it does come out, I'm looking at it thinking they cooked it up very quickly, knowing how long it takes to test, to work on test and incubate and all that for a vaccine. I'm like, you know what? These testing trials and everything are so quick. I'm gonna wait. I want to be what do you call it? Is it inoculated? What's the term for that?
By the way,
I know it's immunized, but there's a term for what?
I got your back, buddy.
What's that?
I got your back. So when you turn into a zombie, I will do the humane thing.
As anyone should. Anyone should.
I will put a bullet in your brain.
Thank you. I don't want anyone. Okay, and anyone who knows me, I think they know that about me. And I'm sorry, I'm going to do that to anyone else. If you're a zombie, that's what happens. Because anyone who keeps a zombie around who is like, no, it's my sister, or well, there's going to be a cure, so I'm just going to lock them in this room for now. That always ends terribly.
Oh God, yes. So. No, I will happily put a bullet between your eyes.
Yeah. By the way, quasi spoilers for Resident Evil 2 remake. There's a scene in there which I thought was going to end up like that, with like a little girl that you're like, oh, she's going to turn into a zombie, or she's already infected. She knows she's infected. It's just a question of, is she full on zombie? Is she going to kill her dad? And I thought her dad was going to be like, her dad's like, leave us alone, just go away. And then they closed the door, and I was like, oh man, he's going to die, because he's going to be like, it's my little girl, I can't do anything. And then you hear a gunshot. So I'm like, okay, like he did the hard thing for him to do, but the right thing to make sure like that, she's out of her misery as well as he's safe. But there's so many situations where that happens. So yeah, zombies, that's what happens. Take them down. Oh, when's the next Call of Duty zombie stuff going on? It's not in Cold War, right?
Not that I'm aware of.
Cold War looks great, by the way. It sucks that you
played the demo.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. By the way, if you want to get it,
it is phenomenal.
By the way, the Xbox version does not upgrade for free. You have to buy the cross-gen version if you want to play it on Xbox Series X. You can still get the standard and play it on the Xbox Series, but it's going to be the Xbox One version. So you got to buy the cross-gen version, which is $70. That's your new price tag for AAA games, by the way. $70.
AAA games.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
AAA is the big developers, your Ubisofts, your EAs, anything that's like large like that, Blizzards, the large companies. So you have indie games, which are self-developed and everything. AAA is the title for the label for anything large and in charge. Insomniac, any of the big developers, the ones that are normally like $60 a pop. Yeah.
They're going up to 70?
Yep, next gen is going to be $70, unless some of them they may sell for less if they're. But that's going to be developers. 70 is going to be the new norm for video games, for the big stuff. Which honestly, I I don't think they should do that because they're still charging for these stupid ultimate editions. And they make so much money off those. I'm like, keep it at 60 because Cold War has a $90 version. Assassin's Creed has a $120 version you can buy. Yeah, they're making money off that.
Well,
But yeah,
here's what still bothers me is the fact
what's
that
up?
they still charge the exact same
Mhm.
for a physical disc as they
Yep.
do download.
Yep. So digital and Steam. I mean, Steam and PC has known for forever that you don't have to worry about distribution. You don't have to worry about overhead for a brick and mortar store. You don't have to worry about the making a physical disc and everything. These should be $10 cheaper. It should be $5.99 for your digital and $69.99. Sorry, $59.99. I should say. If you want to bump it up $10, give everybody a $10 discount if you're getting digital. I mean, seriously. The only drawback is, I guess, even the worst drawback is if you didn't know, anything that you buy digitally, technically you don't own. You have a license to use it whenever they feel like you can use it, and they can revoke it at any time. If you didn't know that,
Oh, I'm buying everything physical from now on. Then that shit.
isn't that it's something that's been known forever. But people don't
Clearly not. I didn't know.
Yeah, it's I'm just saying, like, it's in, like, all the user agreements and stuff. Apple was the one who started it, and they were basically like, yeah, it's think of it like software. Like, you have Windows and you have you have not a subscription. You have a license key to Windows, but you don't own the software. You own a license to use the software, but if you violate terms of service, they can take it from you. Also, certain games have been just removed from stores. Even if you purchased it, they're like, "Oh, sorry, like you can't re-download it because we don't support it anymore. It's no longer in the store." Most of your big games aren't going to ever have that happen, but it's still scary to think of.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep.
So, along with Morbius, you also had Venom. Let There Be Carnage.
That I'm really looking forward to whenever it happens. It could still stay in June. It could still. I'm hopeful. When did this have an original date before it got
I'm not sure.
bumped? So this is one that oh yeah, so it's originally scheduled October 2nd. Would have been out October 2nd, 2022. Sorry, 2020. Not 2022 yet, 2020. Man. So another one that got bumped. How do you feel, by the way, on this one? Not really spoilers because if you saw the ending of Venom, how do you feel about Woody Harrelson in this?
I mean, the guy's already kind of batshit crazy, but he's a good version of Nicolas Cage. Like, he has that kind of I can be a batshit crazy character, but still a good actor.
Yeah.
I recently watched a Nicolas Cage movie called Primal on I think it was on Hulu.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Worst movie ever.
Really? Is that one of the ones because he has an agreement? Is that a Netflix movie?
I can't remember.
Because he signed an agreement similar to Adam Sandler also signed an agreement where it's like I do X amount of movies for Netflix. That's why Adam Sandler did, I think, 2 or 3 movies the past year from Netflix.
Dude, I don't give a damn. Hubie Halloween.
Was it good?
It was funny.
Okay, I'll have to check it out. That's one that that's part of his contractual agreement. It's kind of it's like back in the day. They're making what?
They're making a sequel.
All right. Well, it's kind of like back in the day, and I say back in the day because this would have been like the '90s and before it. Napster destroyed the music industry, or it shook up the music industry, I should say. It used to be you get like the artist had a contract where they're like, all right, you're going to do 3 albums with us, you're going to do 5 albums with us, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Hollywood used to be like that, except it was the actor or actress had to work with like Fox. Like it was like, nope, you're Fox, or no, you're MGM. You don't get to work with other companies. Music artists can still be like that, but yeah, it's almost like a throwback to that, where Netflix threw like, I don't know, $20 million at Nicolas Cage, and didn't they do that with Steven Seagal too?
I can't remember, dude. No, it was a Hulu movie. So
Oh, it was
yeah,
Hubie
no, not
Halloween.
Hubie.
Oh,
You're talking.
Primal. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
It was on Hulu.
Okay. So okay,
Uh,
so then it wasn't part of his contractual agreement with Netflix. Yeah, it's just weird. It's interesting to me where people aren't who don't know about that. They're just like, wow, this person's doing a lot of Netflix movies. Um, but yeah, I think Adam Sandler had a 6 movie agreement with him or something.
well, you know who made a Netflix movie and is still one of the biggest stars in Hollywood?
Who's that?
Ryan Reynolds.
What what movie was that?
Six Underground.
I'm wondering if that was one that they purchased or they actually should have. I haven't. Is it good?
Oh, it's very good.
Yeah.
Michael Bay. Shockingly, it's good.
I was gonna say, like, it's gonna be visually good no matter what. I mean, like that's what I mean. Jokes aside, Michael Bay makes some really good movies from a visual perspective, from an action perspective. I just don't think he should have touched Transformers. I don't think he should have touched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That one was a that one
Did
was
he actually
terrible.
direct that or produce it?
I thought he directed it. I'll look. Because I know that the original version for that, I don't think it was in the original. He produced. Sorry, the original plan. I don't think that's how it was in the movie, but the plan Michael Bay had for them and they were going to be space aliens, and it was. I don't think that ended up being in the movie, but like the movie was just so terrible,
I mean, I'm not gonna
so
lie. I
terrible.
thought Knoxville did a good job as Leonardo's voice.
Well, I think I agree with that. It's just like the rest of the movie was it just made me cringe. Like the 1990s one is better, and it's you got the animatronics still look good, and the suits still look good. Man, those were the first 2 movies on that were pretty good. The third one was kind of weird.
Third one was trash.
Yeah.
And the final movie that has been completely pushed out of 2020 was formerly The Eternals, is now officially Marvel's Eternals.
Yep. And honestly, this is one that I'm more sad about than anything. This movie is going to be setting up so much of the future Marvel universe, if you will, or sorry, it's setting groundwork for future Marvel movies, and at least I believe it will be. And I feel like this is another one of those Guardians of the Galaxies that people are looking at on the radar and looking at saying, is it going to be any good? Am I going to like this? I think this is going to be a bigger hit than people expect.
No, I agree, but so those are the shows that have actually been pushed from 2020 to 2021. I'm not going to talk about these other movies yet. I don't want to curse it. I don't want to jinx. I don't want to jinx.
What are we going to get in 2020 though? As the year is
damn thing.
Well, we're going to get some WandaVision.
No.
Right? What? No, it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I didn't see that. Hold on. When? Breach. I'm looking. I thought it says December. It says December. It was pushed from November.
We got this covered. WandaVision might be getting delayed until 2021.
Why?
Posted.
Why? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. Now, was that the one that cited? Because a bunch of people were citing it, saying, "Look, it's no longer on their coming soon." And if you looked, their coming soon was like literally talking about November releases. This was like the end of October. I don't know. It's. I mean, I will say we're so close to it, and they haven't actually put out like a release date, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, we shall see. I'm still hopeful I'm going to get Falcon and the Winter Soldier at some point.
At some point. I mean, that one, I foresee them doing Wanda. I foresee them doing Wanda and WandaVision doing that December, and it'd be a great Christmas present, by the way. And then after it's over, there's a little buffer, and then we have Falcon Winter Soldier. I think it may be a 1-2 punch. Like, you're not going to get it the next week, but it may be something like after WandaVision's over, like the very last bit, it'll like have like a real quick sting for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and it'll say like, March 2021, and everyone will freak out because that'll be like, that's how they announce it. And if they're not doing that, like, they totally should do something like that. Like, whenever it is, that'd be a crazy announcement.
Agreed. So if you like video games, and who doesn't, Patrick?
You can come over to the TheLanCave. We're on YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, wherever. If you're listening to this, you probably already have us in your RSS feed. We talk about game development, gaming news, all kinds of stuff, and reviewing the next-gen consoles.
And Patrick whines that he's not getting his pre-orders.
I pre-ordered in September. I'm not going to get it till maybe December. Why? Yeah. I'm going to get my PS5 tomorrow, though. Fingers crossed that nothing happens there.
It'll blow up.
It better not blow up.
Blowing up.
No, there was one guy who didn't have it in ventilation, and he overheated his. And then there's some fake ones on Xboxes, but I haven't seen PS5s blowing up yet. We shall see.
If you like sports, you can also check out the scrumsports.com for all your Tampa Bay sports needs. What the heck am I watching here?
I don't even know.
Right, we got this covered. And it's showing like Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man in like a trailer. But I'm trying to like, if this is like a deep fake of...
Is a deep fake of Tobey Maguire?
No, of like, because it also has the Vulture.
Okay. Oh, speaking of that would the Spider-Man 4 movie that we never got was going to have John Malkovich as the Vulture. That would have been cool.
Oh yeah, that would.
He'd have been chewing up the scenery. Would have been so good. He would have been chewing up the scenery.
Tomes.
I can't do that guy's accent. That'd be awesome though. But it fits Vulture more from the comic book version of Vulture than Michael Keaton does. Michael Keaton was great. That's just a very different Vulture, similar to Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger's Joker, amazing Joker. Jack Nicholson's Joker, amazing Joker, but not what we had in the comics. Same thing with Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton's Vulture, amazing, loved it, but it's not quite the same.
Well, that does it for us this week. Thank you so much for listening. We will catch you on the flip side.
Bye, everybody.